Shalom. Call Layam La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who still rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and safety unto the Lord's elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, mainly in America, pushing his word in humility and sincerity as commanded by Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, if I didn't already say it. It's the brother Yaquan from the GMS Cleveland camp. Lord willing to come back with a quick edifying lesson through the spirit and through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And the so-called white man is operating through the spirit and the power of the spiritual demon Satan, who is powered by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai would be the one that's funding, Satan. Same way that you have these devils that behind the scenes, they fund both sides of the wars. Well, the Heavenly Father, he funds or he sponsors both the left hand and the right hand side, meaning the good and evil. Heavenly Father is in control of that. So the Heavenly Father is also in control of you, Edomites, which today is known as you so-called white people. You Israelites today are known as you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Seminole, Native American Indians of Negroid and Indian descent according to the seed of the Father, as well as our people, like we always say, that look like the other nations, but their spirit beareth witness with his truth and the names Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You cannot trust this so-called white man because he's operating in the spirit of the spiritual demon Satan. And the scriptures say that if he doeth any good, he doeth it unwillingly. This article is from Forbes. It says Elon Musk mulls sending all Americans $5,000 checks using DOGE savings. So I don't know if this is an attempt. To kind of like calm down the protest, because you have people now across the country that are protesting the Doge thing, which is the Department of Government Efficiency. That's what DOGE stands for, Department of Government Efficiency. And so now you have people protesting this department. So he's saying, well, we're going to use the savings that we come up with from doing what we're doing, doing all these government cutbacks, laying all these people off, removing all these departments and all these different government programs that they say is unnecessary spending. He said we're going to give $5,000 to every American. Now, I don't know about these so-called heathen, these so-called East Indians, Chinese, white man. That might not be a big deal to them, but for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, even the ones of you that think you'd be rocking designer and all that shit, $5,000 is a lot of money for our people, man. And that's a gift, man. That's clearly a gift. And my whole thing is don't trust him, because the so-called white man, he has had the same blueprint, the same playbook since he was the Greeks, since Alexander the Great. His same thing, which is to gain the trust of the people and then stab them in the back. And I'm going to get a precept. Gain the trust of the people and then stab them in the back. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 30. It says, and spake, verse 29, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them. But all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, which is trust, when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. So this has been their MO, going all the way back to Antiochus IV Epiphanes, which we're reading about here. Antiochus IV Epiphanes, he came in a very deceptive and deceitful way when dealing with our people. And then once he, was able to deceive them, he came down very harshly, very cruelly, and very severely on our people. And so the so-called white man, he's using that same playbook as Antiochus, who, like I said, through deception and through coercion, through his strange laws. Matter of fact, I got to go back to First Maccabees before I read the Daniel, because Antiochus the Fourth Epiphanes, through his strange laws, he was on his way to conquering that known world. First Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus, or some say Antiochus, which is referring to Antiochus the Fourth Epiphanes. Okay, when you go into the history, that was the actual king, Antiochus the Fourth Epiphanes, that committed these atrocities. It said, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. So again, the so-called white man has always had this playbook: get people to follow our ways, and we destroy them mentally with our ways. We teach them the wrong way. We could teach you the wrong way, and we could teach ourselves the right way, but we promote the wrong way. But behind closed doors and amongst our own people, we promote the right way. And that's exactly what's been going on here. Now, you people that believe in this system, you're going to think this is a good thing. It says billionaire Department of Government Efficiency head Elon Musk said on X, formerly known as Twitter, he would ask President Donald Trump about a proposal for a Doge dividend that would give taxpayers a refund check of $5,000 funded by the savings of the Department of Government Efficiency. That's all we need. That's all we need. And he said Elon Musk moles sending Americans $5,000 check. I looked up the word moles. It says to think about a fact, proposal, or request deeply and at length. So the scriptures say that every thought and the heart of them is deep. So Elon Musk has been in deep thought about this proposal. And why do you think that is? Why do you think that he's been in deep thought? Because if a proposal like this is basically a gift. Whenever you're giving somebody a large amount of money, that's a gift. Psalm 64. Because it said that he molds this idea, which a mole is an idea or a thought or a proposal that has been thought about deeply or for a long period of time. And so, like I said, these devils, whatever they do, they're doing it for a purpose. Psalm 64, let me just read this. Psalm 64, because I got a bunch of precepts coming to my mind at once. Psalm 64:6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. So these people are devising plans, and they're not just thinking about, what would happen if they went left, or what would happen if they went right. They're thinking about what would happen if they went left, right, up, down, 360. They think of every possible scenario when they coming up with their plans. So by this man telling you he got a plan to give $5,000, this devil don't give you nothing without wanting something in return, without receiving something that's going to benefit him in return. And I'm going to read that. Sirach chapter 14. Sirach chapter 14 and verse 6. It says, there is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. Meaning, at the last, you're going to really see why he did what he did. And it was never for you. It was for his purpose, for his wicked purpose, for his wicked device. That's why he does what he does. So you go ahead and take that gift, but that gift is meant to destroy your mind. Okay, that gift is meant to pull you further into the American system and farther away from this truth. Ecclesiastes 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. A gift destroyeth the mind. A bribe destroyeth the mind. Like I said, these things are put in place as an attempt to try to pull you back into his system. Job chapter 20, verse 10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. So, again, the Bible said that in the last days, Esau will use different tactics. One tactic will be a gift. Another tactic will be deceit. Another tactic will be, an attempt to please the poor. And he's using all of this to try to keep you locked into his system, worshiping the beast system. Because if you one of those worshipers of the beast system, you're not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Okay? And he's going to keep you in that deception until the missiles come so you can be destroyed with him. It says his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. So these devils, they're going to try to seek to please the poor with these FRN notes. But we see the elect of the nation of Israel, we don't want money. We want these devils. We want the nation of Edom, okay? We want the nation of Edom to be our slaves in slavery, and all the other heathen to be our slaves in slavery under Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And we rule the world with the laws of the Bible. That's the only way you're going to please the poor, okay? But you're going to try to please our people by these different handouts, okay? To, like I said, get them, try to pull them back into the system. And that was, again, Antiochus Epiphanes. Let me just read this. Now, this is in Daniel, the 8th chapter. This prophecy is referring to Antiochus the 4th Epiphanes' life. Okay, this is a prophecy in Daniel 8 that is referring to Antiochus the 4th Epiphanes. The reason why I'm reading now is because Esau Edom, what he does is he studies history, and they will use the same playbooks that their forefathers used. Let me get a precept. They'll use the same playbook that their forefathers used. They'll let's see. And of course, it don't want to show up. Let's go to Sirach. Chapter 41. Okay, it's actually Psalms 49, verse 13. This their way is their folly, right? Talking about the wicked. Their way is folly, yet their posterity approve their sayings. You see? The way of Antiochus Epiphanes was really folly, but their posterity means your children, all your generations after you. The generations after them approve their sayings, approve their strategies, approve their mindset. They look to George Washington and fucking Albert Einstein and fucking Antiochus and Herod, and they look to all of these dead Edomites in the works that they did, and they try to utilize their former works. The Roman Caesars and these different philosophers that Esau, some of them were actually Israelites, but Esau thinks them to be Edomites. Daniel 8:24, it says, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, referring to Antiochus the 4th Epiphanes. But likewise, Esau, your power in 2025 is not by your own power. The Heavenly Father is controlling you and making you come to his destruction. It says, and it says, he shall, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and holy people. And that's what Antiochus IV did. Verse 25, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And this reminded me of that precept. This reminded me of this precept through his policy, through his laws, through his legislation. That's how Antiochus prospered. And so the so-called white man, they have the same playbook, man. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 11, it says, let our strength, this is, when you read from the top, Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, the whole chapter is going into the mind frame of the wicked and the thoughts, the inner mind of the wicked, okay? It says in verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. So their strength is their laws, and their laws are not weak. Okay, the way that they structure their laws, the way that they structure their system is not feeble. Okay, because they don't see feeble to be worth anything, so they come strong, draconian. Okay, draconian. It says in verse 12, let us therefore lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. So when you lie in wait, that means that you're setting a trap. And a lot of times when you set a trap, you put something good in the trap. You put something pleasing in the trap. You put something desirable in the trap. You don't just put a piece of shit in the trap. You put something nice in the motherfucking trap. Something that whatever you're trying to catch likes. And niggas love stimulus checks, income tax, any type of government check, anything a nigga ain't got to pay back, niggas love it. So his children shall seek to please the poor.